Well, well, well. What do we have here?
Ready?
Haida. I'm Raida. Devil without a cause, RaidaZERO, heavy metal Vtuber. How you doing? I got a guest for you guys today. It's Sugar. Look at him. Look how cute he is.
Hello. Hi. A different form today
Yeah.
because of technical difficulties. But hi, guys.
But it's so fucking cute. I want to squish
Yeah. I would buy like 100 plushes of myself if I could.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Let's raise you
Yeah,
up
we
a
bean
little
mode
bit.
today.
Trying to get you know, I think the first time I used the background music for Riding with Raida was like the red stream, so I'm still kind of getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
The Go XLR just opening infinite possibilities.
Yeah, it sounds really sick. Because I mean, obviously, like I have some pretty good like audio gear, but the flexibility you get with the Go XLR seems really awesome,
Oh yeah,
especially for stream.
it's really nice.
Because you can put like a sound bank on that, can't you?
Oh yeah, the BGM that you heard at the beginning and the one right now, they're all like in the XLR, so it's not my
Damn, that's sick.
yeah. So it's not like opened up on my computer or anything. It's just
Wow, that's actually really useful.
yeah, it's really good. I love it. I'm finally early for a Raida stream. What's up, Claudia? Yeah, who do we have here today? Let's check. We got Claudia, Standalone, Kaiju, Pina, Xerox, fucking Minkyu, SugarSkull, obviously. How
Yeah,
you guys doing?
I'm both in stream and in
Yeah.
chat.
Raida, you have no other food other than Doritos? I mean, I do, but like I said, I'm trying to make it stretch. I got a whole week.
A week of Doritos?
Well, no, not a week of Doritos, just a whole week that I have to make the food that I have now work. So I got.
Oh, okay, you got it. I was like, wow, this guy really likes Doritos.
I mean, I do
Okay.
love Doritos though. Like when you have
Yeah.
when you have a good bag, it just fucking hits. Like it doesn't. Nothing else hits quite like a good bag of Doritos.
Honestly, yeah. What's your favorite flavor of Doritos?
I mean, you really can't go wrong with nacho cheese. You know, like fucking. It's like vanilla ice cream, right? It's like there's a reason why it's the default.
Yeah,
But,
it's classic as fuck.
Yeah. But like, I'm also really fond of spicier nacho because it's like regular nacho,
Yeah.
but there's a kick to it, you know, and I like that a lot
Yes,
too.
that one's so fucking good. That's my
And,
favorite.
well, my favorite period, like for everything that was about it. Sadly, they discontinued that shit a long time ago. It was the Blazing Buffalo Ranch.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That one was really good.
Everything everything about that was amazing. Like the flavor, it was spicy. The bag was like just like the fucking most delicious shade of blue, and you know, just everything about it. I was like, I need. But then they just discontinued it, and now
It's so sad.
yeah, now I suffer. You
Can we
can't
get an
find
F
it
in
anymore.
chat for Ryda's favorite Doritos, please?
F in chat for Doritos. He will be missed.
God, that actually reminds me of like all the crazy flavors they used to have for. I don't think it was Doritos. It was Lay's, I believe, where they were trying out all these like weird alternative flavors, and having people vote on which ones they really liked.
Lay's?
I think it was. Wait, was it Lay's or Ruffles? I can't remember now. It's been a while. But they had like they had like a deep dish flavored one,
Oh, no
or deep
shit.
dish pizza flavored one. They had one that was like jalapeno and cheese flavored. Honestly, I can't remember. Like, I think it was Lay's.
The biscuits and gravy? Jeez, like I don't remember. Any of
Yeah, that's right.
this. I don't remember.
That one
any
was
of
really
this.
good. They were like super limited. I think some of them were also very regional. Like you could only get them in certain areas. Like the deep dish one, I think you could only get in the Midwest for obvious
okay.
reasons.
Pringles sour cream and onion. Yeah, I mean I love Pringles too. Like,
Yeah, Pringles are good.
I blow through an entire can in like 10 minutes. Though. So
I hate when they say like, yeah, this is 6 servings. I'm like,
Right,
yeah, that's one
fuck
serving
that.
for me. Fuck you.
it's like half a serving. Come on. Have you had
Eel.
eel?
What? Oh wait. I think I vaguely remember that. I have not had them, but I love eel. So yes, I would love to try that.
Eel. I've never like the amount of seafood that I've tried has been super low. Like basically
Aw.
I've had like a McChicken and I've had shrimp and that's basically it. Like because whenever I go out to
Oh,
eat or
no.
something, it's like
Yeah.
it's like the seafood is like the last thing on my mind. It's like, oh man,
No,
let me
yeah.
get that
Yeah, that's
beef,
true.
that chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that's part of it too, but like I mean, just with seafood in general, like if depending where you go, even though it might look good,
Yeah.
wherever they get their seafood from, like wherever they source it from, affects whether it's really good or not.
And
Because freshness when it comes to fish is like so important.
oh yeah, of course. And I think a big part of that too is like I have trust issues with food, especially. Like whenever I see something that looks really good, and then I try it and then I hate it, I'm like immediately, you know, like for example, one thing I always go to is coffee. Like while it never looks good because it looks like dirt, coffee always smells amazing to me. And I'm just like, dude, that smells so good. It's got to taste good too, right? No. Every single time I've tried coffee.
Coffee's so interesting, right? Because the aroma is like out of this world, but then like when people drink it, they're like, no, I hate this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a dirty liar. Even though I drink coffee every single day, like
Yeah. The only coffee,
that's like my go-to.
The only coffee I've ever been able to like were those like Starbucks frappuccinos from like 7-Eleven and shit.
Yeah.
Like those
Yeah,
were
like,
good,
I think-
but that's because they're 90% sugar.
Yeah, and they're 90% me, but
Yeah.
but it's like they use a different like roast of coffee for that, so it's like sweeter. But
Yeah.
that like lends to the sweetness of it.
But
Because yeah, coffee is not for everyone for
right.
sure.
So circling back to seafood, like
Mhm.
I remember one time I was at it was a BD's Mongolian Grill, right? Mongolian barbecue. My favorite place
Sure,
to eat,
yeah.
by the way. Favorite fucking place to eat. I remember seeing the crab, and I was like, oh, that looks fucking heavenly. Like I can only imagine what it tastes like, you know? And then I try it, and then it tastes like fucking boogers, and I'm like, oh, like absolute
no.
betrayal, you know?
It must have been old crab too. That sucks.
It could have been, yeah. It could have easily been. Like,
Yeah, because good fresh crab has like a very like meaty flavor to it. It's
Yeah.
actually really nice.
like, and it's like, you know, I feel like with chicken and like beef and stuff, like even when it's maybe a little bit too old, like it still hits. Like,
Yeah, it's still fine.
yeah, even if it's
It might be like a little dry or
yeah,
something.
especially if like you're going to like a Mongolian barbecue type place, like oh, just so good. No, if you want good crab, I know the spots. I guess I'd have to come down to Florida then.
Yeah, I grew up like obviously I was gonna say I grew up Mexican, like if I had a choice.
I grew up Mexican. It's like religion. It's like, yeah, I was raised Mexican, but now I'm more Catholic.
Oh no. But yeah, so I'm Mexican, right? So I grew up in a household that was like very big on Mexican food.
Oh yeah.
So my dad loves Mexican seafood. Mexican seafood is so different from American seafood.
Oh, I can
A
imagine.
lot of it is very citrusy. It's very tangy. There's a lot of tomato involved. But it's really good. But I used to eat it all the time with my dad. So like for me, seafood has never been gross. If anything, it's always been like a staple to me.
Oh, nice.
Especially like shrimp cocktails, but like Mexican style. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Like, I mean, shrimp is the thing that I do like. Like, and the thing is, even with me and shrimp, like I have a complicated relationship with shrimp too, because for me shrimp is it's not a meal, it's a snack. And that's bad because because you can't snack on shrimp or else you just fucking make yourself sick, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
So like,
Oh no.
so whenever I go buy shrimp, I'm making a conscious decision to be sick later.
It's like people who are lactose intolerant. They're
Yeah.
like, I know I shouldn't drink this milkshake, but
And it's like, it's not like shrimp like fucks me up or anything. It's just like it doesn't fill me up, and like it's a little bite-sized, little snacky type thing. So like I'll just sit there in front of the TV, just chowing down on it, not realizing I've like eaten like fucking 10 pounds of fucking ocean roach, and like now I'm fucking feeling some type of way.
It's so crazy to think about that like shrimp is literally an ocean roach.
Yeah.
But people love it.
Yeah.
But if you told them like, yeah, let's just eat regular roaches, like, no. Unless we're like on the brink of unless we're on the brink of extinction, I don't think people will ever eat bugs like regularly.
Yeah, we might get there though.
Yeah.
I grew up American, but now I'm Irish.
Congratulations.
The pair joke from Penis Stream together, I am dead. Hello to you both as you dance the tango rope of jokes and hopes to soar. Okay. Welcome, Dread.
Hi, Dread.
I've got a lot of like rogue gallery type people in my chat. It's pretty great.
It is great, yeah.
Like imagine, like I just if Chris shows up, that's gonna be funny. Fucking Chris Hansen.
I think it's so.
Yeah,
hey,
that's his name.
have a seat.
Yeah. He shows up.
Oh wait, I have seen him in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I stop by and like I've seen him in here. I was like, why does this guy like Chris Hansen so much?
He comes in, it's just non sequiturs everywhere, and it's amazing. And like, I don't know, I love it. I just find it comical. He'll just show up and say things.
I wonder what Chris Hansen's up to like nowadays.
The last thing I heard about Chris Hansen, like the IRL real Chris Hansen, was the whole thing with Onision.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Holy shit.
That's the last thing I remember.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's so crazy. He went from like not being around and then all of a sudden he just shows up again.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of true for like a lot of people who are in the spotlight. Like, you can't really hang on to the spotlight 100% of the time unless you're like, you know, on a syndicated TV show that never gets canceled, you know?
Yeah, like fucking Maury.
Yeah.
He's still relevant. He's still. I don't know if he's. No, I don't think he does a show anymore.
Like for example, right? When you think about me, I grew up watching Fear Factor.
Yeah.
And imagine my surprise when I found out like Joe Rogan was still around. But
I know. I didn't make the connection the first time because I was like Joe Rogan, like that guy with the podcast. But then I randomly saw an episode of Fear Factor and I was like, wait. That's Joe Rogan?
And it turns out he's been around this whole time. It's just like, you know, if your interests don't line up with what he's doing at the moment, you might not fucking know that at all. You know? 'Cause
Yeah.
he was doing UFC commentary for like fucking 10 years, I think.
Yeah, it's so crazy when you look at him. Like, I mean, when he was on Fear Factor, he was like pretty buff.
Yeah.
But you look at him now, he's just like a fucking monster. Like,
Yeah,
he's so
yeah.
fucking buff.
He's the guy I want on my team. I'm like, yeah. Yep. It's like you pick one to protect you, the rest will try to kill you. I'm picking Joe Rogan.
Yeah, if you don't pick him, you're probably gonna get your ass beat by him. So you might as well.
Right. You don't want to risk it. Fucking, he'll get you with what, EMT, GMT, what does he call it? I don't know. Whatever that shit is.
God, I don't even know. Like, it's so cool though, because like, you know, he obviously interviews a lot of like controversial people.
Yeah.
But he just does it because like to him it's just interesting to like hear about people and like, because it's not like he only interviews bad people, but like that's what people think.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of interesting guests on there all the time.
Yeah, I think like people nowadays, they're too stuck in their own world to understand like what it's like or the value in hearing like a different perspective on stuff. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's
Yeah, it's not like you have to agree with it. It's just
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah. It's just like, yeah, that's your opinion. That's cool.
yeah. But I don't know. It's just it is what it is. But like
Yeah.
I remember like, you know, a lot of his best stuff is when he has like his friends on, because like obviously it's like nonstop fucking, because all of his friends are comedians, so it's like it's just
Yeah.
like Bill Burr. He's like one of my favorite people ever.
No, Bill Burr is great.
Oh my god, I love him.
Yeah, it's also like, you know, some people also like, for example, like Shaq is another good example.
Yeah.
Even though he's not playing in the NBA anymore, he's just like, he can get any sponsorship he wants.
Right.
Like, that's how he stays afloat.
It's like
even Fog, he can't disappear.
yeah, exactly. Like he, you know, and he's been around like in my mind, because like I've never been a sports guy. In my mind, he hasn't been around since the 90s, you know, because that was
Yeah.
when I used to hear his name all the time. But he's been doing it fucking the whole time. This whole
apparently
like,
he's
my whole
invest-
life.
Yeah, apparently he's invested in a shit ton of companies, so he's like owner of a lot of companies. I didn't even know he had like a stake in.
Yeah.
But the most interesting one most recently was he has a collab with Papa John's Pizza.
Oh yeah.
Do you know the name of the pizza?
Do I know the name of the pizza? No.
It's called the Shaqaroni.
Ah. Oh.
Fucking Shaqaroni, so creative.
Shakaroni. It's like, are the pepperonis decorated to be like little basketballs, or?
No. So just like him, the pizza is extra large, with extra
good.
pepperoni,
Yeah.
extra cheese.
That's perfect, because he's
Yeah.
a huge guy.
Oh my
his
god, he's so
pepperoni is
massive.
probably massive,
Yes.
and he's very cheesy. So that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect. What's up, Toast? What's up, Frozen Raven? Welcome in. Welcome in. Toast, I don't know if you saw it, but my the copy of Smash did come in after all.
Hey.
And then I found out I had to unlock all 90 of the fucking characters manually, and I'm like, what? Jesus.
That's so many.
It's a lot of fucking characters. Like, I went into training mode, because that's the first thing I do whenever I pop in any kind of fighting type game.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is there only 8 characters? Like, 8?
There's only 8 to start. What
8.
the fuck?
It's the original 8 from the Smash 64.
Wow.
And like, I legitimately thought, I'm like, do I have to, am I in offline mode? Do I have to download an update? Like, is it kind of like, because like I know there are some fighting games where like if you you know, when you download the game and like it's still downloading, but you can play it while waiting for it to download.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
lock like a lot of the cast behind the download. So at first I thought that was it, but then I looked it up. Like, nope, you gotta unlock them all. I'm like, well,
I still remember when I got what was it, like the one for GameCube?
Melee?
Melee, yeah. I
that's
got
the
that
one
for
everyone
Christmas.
loves.
Yeah, I got it for Christmas when I was younger, and I spent like a literal 24 hours unlocking everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, this game is great. And then I went to sleep for like 3 days, but
Yeah,
I was like, I need to unlock everything.
like the thing is, like, that shit was fun as hell back when I was a kid. You know, like unlocking fighting game characters, like that was amazing back when I was young. But nowadays it's like, you know, I'm an old man, I got work, like fucking I want to pick my main and I want to get like decent with them. Like
So
it's
I ain't
like-
got time for this shit.
yeah. But at the same time, it is good to know that you know, the kids of nowadays will be able to have fun unlocking fucking, you know, the characters and stuff.
Yeah, until they're like, Mom said it's my turn to play Smash.
Mom said it's my turn to play Smash. Well, hey, that's the great thing about fighting games. You can play them together and assert
Yeah.
dominance over your younger sibling.
Yeah, I used to do that to my younger siblings all the
Yeah.
time.
See, my younger sibling was my sister, and she didn't play any of that shit. So we didn't start actually bonding until fucking she started getting into emo music, and I was like, well, that's kind of what I listen to, so that's cool. So it's like, even though she was listening to like Panic at the Disco and stuff, I'm like, well, I mean, this is better than fucking Mariah Carey and shit. So
Yes.
so I'm down with that.
Yeah, I had like a huge influence on the music of all my younger siblings. Like, literally all of them got into the same music that I did.
Oh, that's cool.
But that's just because like I started listening to like metal when I was like 11, so this was a super long time ago. This is when like you would have to go to like the local record store and like listen to an album on like the preview thing.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like, you would scan the barcode and you put on the headphones. Like
Jesus.
that was like kind of the only way you can like listen to stuff back then, because there was no YouTube, there was no real way to like listen to music online unless it was on the radio.
Right. No, I don't.
Or if you bought a CD.
I don't have work tomorrow, Toast. So are you a fellow boomer too? I don't think I've ever asked you your age.
Yeah, I turned 34 this year, so.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
Whoa. You
I'm
sound,
old as fuck.
You look younger though, because like.
Yeah, everyone always thinks I'm still like in college sometimes. I'm like, yeah, thank you.
But it's like so hyped to meet somebody who's like pretty much bang on my age. Like you said, you turned 34 this year. Or you turned 34.
Yeah. I turned 34, so in April, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're older than me then. Because I turned 33 in July.
Yeah,
So,
we're basically from like the same era though.
Yeah, pretty much. Which, hey, yo, you want to buy my mixtape? Here's Chris.
No.
Cop my mixtape. But yeah, it's nice to meet other fucking old dudes in the VTuber scene, because like it feels like there's so many young people, just young in general. And like, my DMs are full of like fucking 20-somethings being like, oh my god, you're so hot. I'm like, you don't even know me.
Raida daddy, please.
Right, like Jesus. Like, oh.
It's like, bro, I'm your uncle, stop.
I'm your uncle. I'm Uncle Raida. I make you feel old, I know. Yeah, Pina, she's 19. So is Toast.
Young.
And Toast, legitimately, I love the fuck out of that guy because he's a fucking saint. But he's also 19, and his like expendable income blows my mind.
Yeah.
That man single-handedly bought me almost single-handedly bought me a Switch, with the exception of $5.
Oh my God.
It's
like you gotta contribute something.
Yeah, he bought me a Switch. He bought me a Pro Controller. He bought me Smash Ultimate. And he bought me a fucking GameCube controller adapter. Like, all by himself. And I'm just like, jeez, my actual Christ. Like, when I was 19, if I had that kind of money, I would get in trouble. Like, I would have definitely gotten in trouble.
Bro, I never had like any kind of money like that.
Like, do you know how many guitars I'd have that like I never use? Like, I already got a good amount of guitars that I never use. Like, I could only imagine if I could waste like $1,500 on a fucking guitar.
Yeah, I mean, I had a shitty Ibanez guitar, like one of the starter ones.
Yeah.
It was like $100 when I bought it. And I had that guitar for like 5 years before I upgraded. It's just like, it was so hard to like save up for a guitar that was over $500.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like most of them, actually all of my guitars are under 500. Technically now, the Vipers that I use are over 500, that due to inflation.
Yeah. Yes.
But like, yeah, I would get a guitar around the $400 price range, and then I would upgrade it if I wanted to. That's why like the guitars I sent you were just full of upgrades that I did to them.
Yeah, and I was actually talking about that too. I'm not sure if you watched the VOD when I was talking about your guitars.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sometimes you find a guitar you like, even if it's not that expensive, but you just really gel with it.
Oh yeah.
And then you just upgrade the fuck out of it.
I need Raida art with guitar stuff, or like a guitar design of Raida. Well, Kibu, I hear through the grapevine that you're an artist.
Hey, buddy.
Right.
My
Also,
best
welcome
friend.
in Kibu. Kibu is my rig mama.
Hi,
So
Kibu.
she's fantastic. She's adorable and she's super talented, and I love her.
Oh.
I believe, I don't know where she's, like, it's hard to, I've never asked her, but I've heard her speak once, and I believe she's some sort of Latin type deal. Like, I think she's, what? I want to say Brazilian, but I think that's May. I don't know. I'm just a red man. I don't fucking...
I know like a surprising amount of Brazilian people for some reason online. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. They just like come out of nowhere.
Oh,
someone
Kibu
even
is
like,
Mexican. Hey.
hey, órale, ¿cómo estás, Kibu?
Yeah. Fucking SugarSkull here is Mexican as well.
Yeah.
Hola de viva mi raza. 100% of my Spanish comes from pro wrestling.
No, that's cool. I mean, that gets you somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. Fucking love that. Fucking one of my first favorite wrestlers was Eddie Guerrero. And I still can't spell his name correctly without looking it up.
Oh yeah, the Guerrero. Yeah,
Guerrero.
don't worry. It's like, yeah. Whenever for work, like we have a lot of like, I deal with a lot of people, so like sometimes we have to like confirm the last names, and my coworkers always fuck them up, and I'm like, okay, this is how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Don't say Guerrero, say Guerrero.
It's like, I don't know, man. I gotta use the R's, the Guerrero.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
I can roll my R, but I feel like when I roll my R's, it's like it's like RNG. It's RNG because like
it's
sometimes I'll do it fucking spot on. Sometimes it'll be like
yeah, it's genetics. Some people can't do it. Period.
Yeah,
that kind of surprises me.
RNG. Yeah, like a lot of times when I the thing that surprised me the most when I'm like singing along to Skindred songs, and like some of those like little vocal things he does, I just nail for no reason, and I'm like, I am so far from what this guy is like.
That's good.
Like he is Rastafarian mixed with fucking the British English accent. So it's like it's an incredible fucking combination when you hear it in a metal song. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
Have you ever heard Skindred?
Also Team Mexico. I think I have. I just like I can't really call anything off the top of my head, but I'm sure I've listened to them.
Their most popular song was Babylon. It was back in like I think 2001. But yeah, like the first song I heard by them was Pressure, and I was like, what is this? This is amazing.
I'm sure if I listen to any of those songs, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. They're so fucking good. They're still around. They come out with a new album every 2 years. It's fucking insane. Their ability to like change with the times is incredible too. I still like their older stuff better because like, the mix between nostalgia and the fact that like it sounded the most like like the old school new metal that I'm into.
Yeah.
But like
that's like me and the band In Flames, because In Flames is kind of like what transformed me.
Oh yeah.
Or my music taste into what it is now. Because I remember the first song that I heard from them is a song called Cloud Connected.
Yeah.
So that was like way back in like 2002. So I'm like this fucking, I don't know how old I was back then. I must have been like 12 or 13, and it was just like my mind just got blown so hard. It's like, music can sound like this? What the fuck?
Yeah,
because they're yeah, go ahead.
My drummer, who's also my roommate and best friend, his favorite band is In Flames. So
yeah,
95% of what I know about that band is through him, and the other 5% is basically, the fact that I looked up their gear and he has no idea what guitar gear is. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're one of like the founding bands for melodic death metal.
Yeah.
That came from Sweden. Yeah, they're like one of my biggest influences. I'm not as big of a fan of their newer music, but
Oh,
that's
yeah?
okay. I still appreciate it for what it is. But for me, like their like mid 2000s era was like peak for me.
Yeah. The only album by them I owned was fuck. The one with the Mirror's Truth on it. I can't remember the title.
Oh yeah, that one's a really good album too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Self
Pinball Map is really
something?
good, Stan. That's a good song.
But I really liked their album. Ah, fuck. Why do I not remember the names of these shit anymore? I'm fucking old.
What does the album cover look like?
I don't even remember because this was during my Spotify era where I don't fucking.
Oh yeah.
What's up,
You
Tentacles?
hear like one random song.
Yeah, it was the one that had. Oh fuck. Well, I mean, I have the internet right here. That's the great thing about 2022. Fucking Fire from the Gods released a new album.
Oh.
In Flames.
Yeah, while you're looking that up, oh my god, I'm trying to eat.
Oh, a Sense of Purpose is the one that I was thinking of.
Oh
earlier.
yeah, that's a good album too.
But I the Mask.
Yeah, that's kind of like their newer sound.
Yeah.
It's a bit different, cause like their really old albums are like almost like black metal-y, which is kind of interesting considering like their overall sound now is not anywhere near that anymore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but
Like-
it's yeah, they were really heavy back in the day, and like a lot of bands, they don't want to keep playing the same shit over and over,
yeah,
so they
for
want to
sure.
like expand their sound. That's like same shit with Metallica. When a lot of people give them shit for it, but it's like, dude, you gotta let them do whatever they want.
Right, and like you got to remember, like how old are those guys? Like they've been playing
Yeah.
music. Like I'm only 33, and this is probably the only time I've ever said I'm only 33. But when you compare me to like fucking people who've been doing it for millions of years, but like
Yes.
I'm only 33, and like sometimes I look at my guitar and I'm like, man, I'm just gonna play the same shit if I pick it up right now. So I'm just gonna fucking. Oh no! Oh no!
Close the wrong window. Holy
Oh
shit.
no! Oh no!
I'm actually a giant black transparent box.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let me go back on there. Do I have to give you a new link?
Probably not. You might have to, but we'll see.
All right, let's take a look. Apparently, also, what ruined my 3D model was actually a new, I guess, a new update for NVIDIA.
Oh, really?
I guess that fucked everything up. Yeah.
Oh,
But the maker of VC Face posted how to like fix it.
okay.
So I'm gonna try to fix that. All right, I think I'm good. It is a different link. Yeah, it is a different link. Let me give you that real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Let the darkness consume you. Yeah, Soilwork is also a good metal band from that era.
Oh yeah, fucking like my my drummer, he was actually telling me, like, he said that, oh, there you go. Now I'm gonna mute you on Discord so you don't got double voice. But yeah,
Alright.
he was saying that if he were to have found Soilwork back in the day, that probably would have been his favorite band and Not in Flames.
Yeah.
Because he found them more recently. Of course, this is probably like 4 years ago now, but
Mhm.
let the crisp 144p quality consume
Yeah, I'm
you.
not sure. Oh, there, I'm good now. I think.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I had to load in.
I need to get. I was telling him before we started stream. I need to get that kind of model too. It just
Yeah,
like
I'll let me actually see when I got this model. I'm gonna look real quick. No, that's... Yeah, the two other big bands from that era were At the Gates, and Dark Tranquility. And it's kind of cool because they all kind of branched out and made like completely different styles of the same genre, which is crazy.
Like I was always like my first real foray into metal was nu metal.
Yeah.
And it's still like my favorite fucking genre because I love it so goddamn much. Like I don't give a damn, like, because people like to trash on nu metal a lot. Like I don't give a fuck. It's just fucking, it's music.
Yeah.
Like just give me a dirty ass fucking riff that sounds like it's fucking coming out of a toaster that's on fire, and I'm just fucking down with it. Like let's do it. It's like what's an overdrive? We're just using the gain on fucking 11 and you know.
Yeah, like, and then like everyone used the fucking dual rectifiers back then.
Oh, everybody used that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good amp though.
It is. I'm really into Marshalls though. Like I've realized the more I fuck with like amps and amp simulations, like things that are supposed to be Marshall-like are always the things that I come away liking a lot. Like I like the crispiness of Marshall amps.
Yeah, they have a very unique sound.
Yeah.
Especially like when you listen to a lot of like 80s metal, like everyone used Marshall back then.
Yeah, for sure. Like
But it's such
there
a
really
classic
wasn't too
tone.
many options way back then.
Yeah, that too.
It's like, what, you had Marshall, you had Vox, but that's not really like a metal amp. Like,
Yeah, and I think that was before people were using like orange amps in metal, because everyone was either using Marshall or Mesa Boogie. That was it.
yeah. But like, I mean, there's so many amps that I'd love to just have, but like, oh my god, they're so expensive.
Yeah, they don't get any cheaper. That's the worst part.
Yeah, they fucking don't. And if you want to get cheaper, they're gonna be solid state. And like, yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with solid state, but like, if you want the real experience of what that amp is like, it's gotta be the tube.
Yeah, the tube has just some kind of character you can't really simulate with a solid state amp. But solid state amps definitely have their space nowadays.
Oh yeah,
they've gotten so much better.
A million times better. Like I remember when I first started playing, I used a big 2x12 combo. It was a crate.
Yeah, the crate amps.
Yeah,
oh my
crate.
god, bring back crate. Let's
back crate. I would give my left testicle for a blue voodoo right about now. Like,
yeah, that's so classic. Holy shit.
Fucking crate, man. Like it brings back so many memories because like my roommate, he actually bought it's a 3D printer. And he hasn't even taken it out of the box yet. But the box, the font that they use is the same as like the crate logo font.
No fucking
way. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I wish I still had my old ass crate. The effects broke literally 2 weeks after I got it, but I had that amp for like 10 years.
Classic. Yeah, almost all my friends that I used to play with, like my senior year of high school, everyone had a fucking crate.
Yeah. Like my first guitarist back before I became a guitarist, he had a little 1x12 crate. And mine was better when I ended up getting it because it was a 2x12 and it was like a little bit more newer than his. But but yeah, his sounds like fucking bees in a jar. Like it's awful.
Yeah, they like, it's so crazy because like I remember like listening to like the old Line 6 Spiders too.
Yeah.
They sounded just like that.
Yep.
But when I would like be at Guitar Center or something, I'm trying them out. I'm like, man, this sounds so fucking good.
Right. It's like, why does it sound good in the store, but like when you buy one, it's like, this is hot garbage.
Yeah, I think it's because it's like, you know, if you're isolated in a room, the acoustics are going to be like way different.
Oh yeah.
But like, yeah, but if you try to use it live or for like recording, it's just going to sound like shit.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I remember when I was thinking about getting my amp, it was either going to be the crate 2x12 or it was going to be the Line 6 Spider 2x12. I think it was a Spider 3 at the time. I can't remember, but like I ended up getting the crate because it was just simpler, and I liked it. But nowadays it's like, you know, one of the most heralded things that you can buy is a Line 6, like the Line 6 Helix.
Yeah, the Helix is really good.
So like, when you think
I'm not
about
sure
that,
if
like crazy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you know of him. He's one of my. It's like a really old friend I met on YouTube. He's also like a producer. His name is Sefid.
Okay.
He's made a lot of really cool music. Hold on, let me put it in chat. But yeah, he uses Line 6 Helix.
See, I went.
I mean, he's got like album quality shit.
I went the Boss route, and I got the GT 1000. So
yeah, that's classic too.
Yeah, it's like in the similar field, right? But I got it because it was Boss, and like I like Boss, you know. Plus, it's a Japanese company, and I'm a fucking weeb, so I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, it's so cool that they started remaking a lot of their old pedals, but they started making them with like the quote-unquote Waza update.
Yeah.
And they just sound really crazy.
Yep.
The one pedal I never expected to make a comeback was the fucking the HM2, like the fucking bees in a can.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, that it got like such a fucking cult following, you know? Like,
yeah.
And then fucking it was Ola, I think, who made the first video.
Yes. Yeah, it was fucking Ola. He made it so popular that it sold out everywhere.
He's like, look, everyone's been using this wrong. And then like he's like, it's not supposed to be a pedal, it's supposed to be a fucking preamp. Like, oh god, okay. Changing everything.
Yeah, it just sounds like a fucking buzzsaw, but it's so good. It has its place.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like honestly, there's so fucking few guitar sounds that I dislike. And I've noticed that. Like every single sound that I've heard come out of a guitar, no matter how fucking gross, I'm like, that's fucking phenomenal. Like I don't know if you've ever heard, it's a fairly unknown band. They're called 1 Minute Silence. You ever heard of them?
And it's no, I don't think I have.
No. Well, their first album, well, I don't know if it was their first album, but it had this song called South Central on it. And like their guitar tone for that album is fucking atrocious. But I fucking love it so goddamn much. Like I listen to it and it feels like I'm taking a bite out of a fucking big ass burger. I'm like, oh,
it's a big ass burger tone.
it's a big ass burger tone, exactly.
I think that's one of the my favorite things about guitar tones is like you could just describe it as whatever you want and it makes sense.
Exactly. Like, oh, that tone is crunchy. That tone is creamy. That tone is fucking metallic. That tone is gravelly. So we got everything from food to minerals. It's like that tone is like Nestle Crunch.
Yeah, it's so fun because like, and then like whenever you tell it to someone like who also plays guitar, they get it right away.
Yeah, they get it.
It just makes sense.
Like it's tight but also loose, and they're like, yeah, I totally feel it.
It's like, yeah, do you mean a Mesa Boogie?
It's like you describe something as being complete opposites of what two things are, and they're just like, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking guitarists have their own goddamn language. It's insane.
It's actually awesome though.
Yeah. No. Like, especially when you like nowadays, like when you can just go on YouTube and like there are millions of fucking super talented guitarists that know what they're talking about, that like,
yes,
you know, they never would have gotten a chance in the music industry, right? Because of how fucking dog eat dog it is. But thanks to YouTube, like they all managed to find their niche and they're all like fucking great. Like obviously Rob Scallon, you got Fluff,
fucking
Jared
Ola
Dimes, Ola England, Bjorn, Andrew Baina. He's one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, Andrew's. Oh, I love his work. His music is so good.
Yep. And it's like, you know, it's just so cool to like see people like that, and like And now you got people like you and me, right? Like we're fucking doing the VTubing thing. But we also like, hey, look at this guitar stuff that we've got going on. Like we've been playing for millions and billions of years.
It's like it's insane. Like there's so many like music producers like in the VTube space.
Yeah.
And they just came out of nowhere because I mean I kind of used to share my music on my old Twitter account, which kind of became my photography account.
Yeah.
Because I do photography and all that stuff. But like no one really cared about it on that side. Like I would have friends who'd be like, "Oh, this is so cool," and that would be it.
Exactly.
But then like even when I was like had a really tiny following on Twitter, people were like, "Whoa, this is so good," and they were like retweeting it and liking it. I was like, "Man, where was this interaction like 10 years ago?"
I know, right? Like it's so different. Like as soon as you add anime to it, it's like whoosh.
It's like, what?
Yeah, like suddenly instead of like fucking a threat or something, now you're like, oh man, this VTuber fucking does music, awesome. You know?
Yeah.
And like I remember because when I was first looking into becoming a VTuber, like I knew a decent amount about the corpo background, you know, so like their Hololives and EG Sanjis and stuff, and I knew a tad bit about V Shoujo, but like literally the only two like metal VTubers I knew of were Mana and Zephy.
Yes.
So I'm like, man, you know, that's just two people. Like I can fucking I could be like the third one, right? And then like fucking I become a VTuber, and suddenly I'm like, oh, there's like hundreds of thousands of indies, all of them.
My God.
Like, yeah, like there are like so many of them.
Yeah, it was a big clusterfuck. Like I joined a little too late, but that's okay. I mean, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like very few people like started out at first because the technology was kind of like kept hush hush. No one really like shared the information until, you know, people like the guy that made Life 2D or sorry, VTube Studio, and then the person that made VC Face are like, yeah, this is free. Here you go. This is how you do it.
And
then like everyone's like,
yeah,
I can be VTuber now.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's like it's hard because like it's not supposed to be a competition, but like no matter what, like there's always going to be some competitive aspect to it, and it kind of sucks because like you got to worry about you know, other people's intentions or what other people think your intentions are, and you're just like, man, like what if I just want to vibe with people, like, and you can do that. Like there's totally like you could vibe with people, but like, you know, like bigger people, you know, like you got to imagine are more on guard, you know. So it's like, if you approach somebody bigger, you're like, hey, we got this in common, we should fucking, you know, do this and this, and like they're like, okay, that's cool and everything, but I get DM'd by 100 people every day, you know. Like what makes you any different from like a regular old like clout chasing, like, hey, please collab with me type guy, right? So it's like, it's kind of hard, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's so much better than like other kinds of, I don't like calling it a community because it's really not, but like the scene, you know?
Yeah.
Because like I've been in the music scene for a long time, and like honestly, the music scene is probably closer to the VTuber scene than the fighting game scene is, because that was the only other thing I had experience in. Because like in the music scene, like obviously there's like a sense of competition and stuff, like, but you want to get yourself out there, right? So, and the easiest way to get yourself out there is to like support people and have people support you. And like at the end of the day, we're all fans of the same music. So like, you know, if you have a banger song, everybody in your field can celebrate that with you, right? And I feel like it's like kind of this like bring each other up type of thing. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this show. You know, kind of like not necessarily as an interview thing where it's like, so you know, tell me what you're doing, you know, like stuff like that. But it's like, like let's just bring on some guys, like fucking chat with them, so that's
Yeah.
so that my audience can get a vibe for what they're like, and eventually, if my audience gets big, then that means that people that I have on, their audience will also get big. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
that's kind of one of the things that I wanted to accomplish, right? And
Yeah. And I think you've been doing like a really great job with the format. Like it's been really fun. Like I always try to like watch it, like even if it's just in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's just like you're just shooting the shit with people. Like that's it.
Yeah.
There's like nothing really to it, and it's like it's very genuine.
Yeah, and like I'm a chill guy for the most part, you know, like especially in one-on-one conversations, especially when there's a mic like 2 inches from my face, where I don't have to project, you know. So like it's easy to be chill in my fucking in the confines of my room. So it's like it's not as bombastic as you could see like other VTuber like talk streams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least for the big ones I've seen, obviously. Like there's probably thousands of indies just like me that do the same thing, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I only have a very small sample size, so
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing to think about, like you can spend a lot of time trying to figure out like, oh, is someone else doing this? Or
Yeah.
you know, you always got to try to like make it original too, so you can kind of stand out a little bit.
Yeah.
But you got to kind of keep it real. You know, like, do you want to actually do something a little too different just because someone else is kind of doing it?
like that's why I do things the way I do, because at the end of the day, it's what I want to do. Like VTubing,
Honestly, yeah.
VTubing kind of met me halfway, because like my original initial goal wasn't to be a VTuber. Like they were just things that I kind of watched, you know, and I loved them. But like while I was watching like my Corones and shit like that, I was building up a big collection of like retro games and modded consoles and stuff.
Hell
and,
yeah.
like, and also like obviously the music that I just can't stop fucking buying and all that stuff. And then before I knew it, like I saw they had Niji Sanji auditions. This was before this was before Etheria, but it was before Obsidia too, actually. So like they only had Lazuli, and they announced these auditions, and I'm like, oh shit, huh? And then immediately I started thinking, I was like, that could be something I can do, is like be a VTuber. Like okay, like so I started looking into it, and then obviously when I did get picked, I was like, well, let's see if I can do it myself. And
Yeah.
but yeah, so like since it didn't start as VTuber aspirations, it just kind of went to that direction. Like my original idea was like playing video games that I could have grown up with, but I didn't. You know, experiencing those games
Yeah.
for the first time on stream so people get my genuine reaction.
Yeah.
And then obviously I still play the games that I feel like playing too, because like not all those games, even if they are legendary and they're extremely well received, I'm not gonna like all of them. So like it's gonna be
That
it's
is
gonna be a
true.
challenge sometimes, right? So like
Yeah.
it's nice to pop in Final Fantasy VII and this game that I've played hundreds of times on stream. So at the end of the day, it's like I just want to fucking do what I want, and I hope I can get somewhere with it, you know?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got my 3D model to work.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch real quick.
All right, let's do it.
Everyone say goodbye to the Wolfie model, because I do have to switch it here. All right, let's see. So I gotta close it. I'm gonna disappear again. Whoosh.
Would you eat the skin of a pineapple for $10? Depends on how much I have to eat it. I'm gonna unmute him here.
Okay, let's see. Have to restart that.
So the drastically different audio quality.
All right, and then oh,
No, not the squish. Yeah, the squish is great. But hey,
Okay,
now we get
now
to
it's
see more of
working.
your table, Pina.
great, and then I just have to switch the camera.
Booty, bing, bing, bing.
Oh,
And you know how to activate the green screen in VC Face, right?
Yeah, it's actually like a alpha layer, but I'm trying to like change the webcam. Oh, there we go. VC face camera. Let me see if it loads up. Could not start. Okay, nope. I almost turned on my real webcam. Holy shit.
Well, I mean,
I mean, it wouldn't matter if you go
Yeah.
to my YouTube channel. I'm all over there. It's fine.
yeah, it's not quite the same
Alright.
as if seeing
No,
my scruffy
which is
ass.
actually great because people like when I started meeting VTubers and they're like, I was showing like, oh yeah, this is what I work on, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, why are you doxing yourself? I'm like, I don't care. I've been doxing myself for like almost a fucking decade, please.
Right. It would be hilarious to
Alright.
see Raida next to a real man. So you weren't there to see my Soundweeb J stream? Because he was certainly.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Jay.
Yeah.
All right, let me see.
Fucking Zephy was in my chat. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't tell Seppi, but we started working on like so last year we worked on a stupid Christmas song.
Yeah.
It was like a Padoru themed one,
Oh, nice.
but we just made it like very metal. We have something working. Well, we started working on for this year, so it'll come out like closer to Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, let me see if it works now. Okay, install virtual camera. Yep, and then yep. Okay.
I'm still trying to get Zephy to notice me enough to like follow me on Twitter or something.
Yeah, I mean she's really nice. She's like
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool. I mean,
She's
it's
super nice. She recognized
okay,
me when I was in her chat once. Hey.
there we go. Oh my god, my thing is freaking out though. I think my settings are kind of fucked right now. Hold on. Let me...
And we still got
That's
this.
supposed to be using that webcam. I gotta reset my face. What the fuck? What happened to my face? Why am I so angry?
We still
Hold
got a
on.
black background too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that to like a alpha real quick. Ah, there we go. Okay.
Hello, 3D SugarSkull.
Yeah,
Got
hello.
the cute little like pigtails that are like not doing anything.
Yeah, they don't really. They're kind of there, but they don't really do much.
Well, no, like I mean, like when you have like a ponytail that starts all the way at the end of the hair.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it doing?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
It's just keeping it away from my neck, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Okay, load background image. Do I have that?
Free nutrition.
I think it might have to do with the virtual camera. Because it looks... Hold on, let me see. Digital green screen? Let's see.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Like I know there's a way to actually make your background a picture.
Yeah, that's what
CFace.
I gotta make. Yeah, I gotta make like a. This is dumb. I have to make a green screen.
Well, you could just download one, like save one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick here. Yeah.
Love me some anime girls with thick brows. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, I love the little nub. Yeah, because I actually had this like character design before I even started working on like the overall design.
Yeah.
I kind of had like a general idea, like, okay, I want this, and this. But I kind of decided to do it myself because I kind of was going to go the live 2D route and like hire someone to make the art, but I was like, I don't know any artists right now that work with live 2D, so I'm just gonna do
Right.
this myself. And I looked into Vroid and I was like, oh hey, this actually works.
I took a complete
And
shot
since I'm
in the
pretty
dark.
good, yeah. Oh really? Is that like? Did you just approach someone? You're
Yep.
like, hey, I want this.
Yep. Yep. I got so lucky because my my VTuber well my art mama, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Was literally the first person I asked too. Like I got so
Oh, wow.
I got so lucky because I was literally like, all right, I wasn't planning on having any kind of expense. I was like, let's look on Twitter, like fucking hashtag VTuber commissions or whatever, right? And I looked for somebody who fit the style I was going for, and I was like, oh, this person would be perfect. And then I DM'd them, and I was like, I suspected that I wouldn't get a response for like days to weeks, you know, like, but they responded literally the next day, because I guess they're Vietnamese. And they were like, yeah, I'll take that commission. It'll be this much. And I was like, oh shit. All right. I will pay you next week. And I had to really quickly figure out my my budget.
Yeah.
Because I went from not even preparing to be a VTuber to having to worry about it really quickly.
Yes. I mean, that's kind of great because, you know, sometimes like artists, what I found, like if you tell them like, hey, I want this, if they really like the idea, they're like, they'll be all over it like, immediately. Okay. Why are these? I'm just gonna make a quick one in Photoshop.
Like it'll found like
all of these stock ones suck. They're so bad. They're all tiny, or they have like stock, like, you know, they have like the watermarks on them.
Oh, okay.
Or the quality is like really nasty. So I'm just gonna make one in Photoshop real quick.
The quality of the green screen is not sufficient.
No, it's not. Okay.
What I miss? Oh, we're switching to SugarSkull's 3D model here.
Yeah.
And right now we're currently making a green screen.
Yep. And that's how we do. All right, great. And then green. I should have just done this. I saved so much time already. I'm already done.
Your mouth is very heart-shaped, Sugar. Yeah, his
it does like weird shit, like depending on the angle, or in what I'm doing, because like it's actually tracking my expressions. Yeah. But this is my old model. Actually, you know, let me switch to the other model because this one is not as updated as my Halloween model. So
it's kind of cute, TBH. It's it is a girl, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The model's female. Yeah.
Yes.
Sugar is what you would call.
Back to Halloween.
Oh, look at that! Oh, all the bangs. They do something to me.
Yeah. See, look, this is way better. So this is like rigged better too. So this actually has more. Like the expressions are more natural. Back to green screen.
Sugar, what you would call a Babi Niku. It's a male who, you know, is a male. They identify as male and all that. They just use a female model and or play a female character, right?
Yeah. Yep. I've been doing that like pretty much every MMO ever.
Raida neuron activation. Fuck yeah, man.
My God, where the heck is the paint tool?
Yeah, that's what I always do too. Like I always play female characters whenever I have a choice.
Yes.
But I didn't want to be a Bobby. I wanted to be dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, I mean, like my idea was like originally I was gonna have like 3 characters to make up like this like digital band, quote unquote.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
But then I was like, you know what? After I made my first model, I was like, this is too complicated. Nah. Like, I'm just gonna make one for now. But then I was like, you know, I've had my model for like over a year, and I was like, you know what? I should make a male model. Why not?
Right.
Yeah, I'm still kind of working on it though. I gotta figure it out. But yeah, for the most part, like it's been pretty nice, and like I used it for the what's it called, for the guitar stream that I did, where I was like rating everyone's guitars, and everyone really liked them. So I was like, okay, cool, this is great. All right, let's see. Now I have a green screen. Let's load. B-Roy green.
Hey, perfect.
Is it working now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, not me.
Oh yeah.
Not me. Oh. Oh no.
Okay, let me back up a little bit here. Because this doesn't have a watermark. Oh, there we go. I like how like my eyes are semi-transparent. I don't know what the fuck is up with that, but whatever.
Are they? Yeah. All
right.
That's nice though. That's a nice. Like fuck it. Let's take a look. Oh wow, your your blouse is a little transparent. You know what? I think
it shouldn't be.
I know what to do here.
Okay.
It's okay. All right.
Yeah, let's do full here.
Just reduce the smoothness, probably, right?
Yeah, it might be
there
the
you go.
smoothness. Yeah. But yeah, that's the full model.
Nice. Looks good, man.
Yeah, actually, the cool thing too is that I actually have transported like these models into VR chat as well.
Yeah.
Not that I play very often, but you know, it's fun to have.
Right.
Because I've gone to like a couple of those like VR chat like VTuber hangouts, and people are like, "Oh, you already have your model in here?" I was like, "Yeah, because I'm 3D, bitch."
Dude, you're like, with the color scheme right now, like your model almost looks like it'd be like my human sister.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. like white hair.
Yeah, it's like I'm like the one that like associates with I guess with the church and like to keep you from getting killed or something.
Right. So speaking of fucking like guitars and stuff, I right before the stream I made a discovery because I use 27-inch baritones, right?
Yeah.
For everything, for every tuning. Like I just lighten up the string gauges. I found out that Harley Benton makes 27-inch baritones, and
Oh, Super Strat. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean Harley Benton has been making a lot of like really affordable guitars, but are like aimed at like the niche where they're not like being filled by everyone else, like baritones.
yep,
And what's it called? Like bass 6 guitars are making a big breakthrough right now too. I got one of those, but not from Harley Benton.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah.
but it's pretty cool.
Because like the thing is, like my Vipers, they're great and everything. Because like I really like the SG shape. I grew up on it.
Yes.
But they only come in black, so it's like it's limited to what I can modify with it. But even then, it's still just a fucking big black guitar.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought a bass guitar too.
Yeah.
I'm getting that on Saturday, but yeah, it's like it's a black. It's like all black.
Yeah.
Because I just realized like my first guitar was like that. It's just like, you know, your standard like black guitar with rosewood. So it's like, you know,
Right.
what you would expect.
Yeah.
But like all my guitars now are all really colorful, and like none of them are black except for the bass guitar that I'm getting now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't had a black guitar in like 10 years.
Like the
Let's go.
the Harley Benton, the 4 colors for the baritone. For one, they come with a set of what are they? Passive actives. What do they call them? But they're EMG Hot 70s, I think.
Oh yeah. Because they don't call them HZs anymore.
Yeah.
They used to be
Well,
called.
no.
HZs,
They're
like,
actually
way back in-
actives. They look like passives though, because they're open.
Oh
coil.
yeah. I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah.
But like I forget the exact wordage they use, but they literally say like passive active or something, like I don't know, but like that's cool. Like they come with that. It looks like a fucking real ass like high end guitar, but it's only like $400. Like it's complete.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like it's complete neck through. Like it's not a bolt on.
Wow.
It's not a glued on. It's neck through. Fucking, it's got like a hit shot like bridge. You know, EMG, like actual EMG pickups in it. Locking tuners by Grover.
Locking tuners?
Yup,
Wow.
Yep, Grover locking tuners.
That's insane.
And then like it's got, I think it's I know the body's mahogany. Or yeah, body's mahogany, I think. And then I think the neck, as well as like the neck through kind of situation, is like maple, like 3-piece maple, I think. I don't know the specifics on that, but it's definitely, it's like colored different. It like has the maple color almost. Like it's kind of like looking at Rob Scallon's guitar almost.
Oh, sure. It might be roasted maple, maybe.
Maybe. Rosewood fretboard, and so the 4 colors, they're all like flame bursts. And one is like, one's black, one's red, one's blue, and then one's green. And I was like,
oh, is it like a flame maple top? Like where it's got like the little pieces of like, you know, like the wood where you can see kind of like some of the grain.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, actually, let me look it up right now.
Yeah.
They also have this really fucking crazy, I'm pretty sure you might have seen like Andrew Baena's video on it, like that Harley Benton H-string guitar that was green.
Oh, yeah.
with the it's a fucking multi-scale and it's only $300. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
That's so
multi-scale
stupid.
for $300. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's insane.
Okay,
and then
it's
I was
called
like,
the,
actually,
it's called the Amarok.
yeah, I was looking into getting it just just to see, but it's like sold out for like the next 3 or 4 months.
I'm posting it in chat.
Okay, all right. Let me check.
They have it in left-handed too.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Quilted burst is what it's called.
Oh yeah, it's a quilt top. Yeah, quilt tops are really awesome.
Yeah. They got
Damn,
one in
that's a
blue.
lot of guitar for $400. What the fuck?
Yeah, man. Red, blue, EMGs. Fucking, there's a green one. Like, you know how fucking weird. Like, you don't find green guitars. Like,
No. Yeah, green is kind of like making a small comeback.
yeah,
But so is Hot Rod Red for some reason.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of Hot Rod Red guitars,
yeah,
which is actually pretty cool because, like, I guess people got really sick of every guitar being like black.
yeah. And like, I love black. Black goes with everything.
Mhm.
But I mean, sometimes you want variety in your fucking, like, especially when everything is a super strat.
Mhm.
Everything has the same shape, but it's named
Yeah.
something different, and it's like, okay, like, what's really the like you and me, we know because we're, like, freaking stupid. But like, what's the average guy? How are they gonna know the difference between like a Hellraiser versus an RG
Yeah.
versus a fucking Stratocaster? Like, it's all like the same general shape, but they're all named different. And like, even like when you look at Schecter, like, I love Schecter and shit, but when you look at Schecter,
Yes.
they will have the same exact shape, the same
Yeah.
color, like, kind of like vibe, I guess, but it will have a different name. And it's like, why? Like,
Yeah, it's like the fucking Damien Elite, like the fucking Demon now. They got like, it's really crazy, but yeah,
Yeah.
I have a lot of Schecters. Like my bass that's coming in is also a Schecter. It's really crazy because Schecter used to suck really fucking bad.
really?
Their quality control back in like maybe 2010, 2011.
Huh?
I bought my first Schecter. It played like ass. It was
No
so
shit,
bad.
huh?
Yeah, I ended up having that guitar for like maybe a couple months, and I was like, nah, I'm selling this shit. I don't want it. And that I swore them off for a long time until I saw this. It's like a Avenger shape. Do you know what that looks like? Yeah. So it's an Avenger one, but it has a satin red finish, and it's like a
Ooh.
transparent finish. So it's like you can see the wood grain from the ash in the bottom.
Yeah.
It was a Guitar Center exclusive. Like I fell in love. I was like, damn, I love this guitar. I still have it. Like, I'm never gonna sell this guitar.
Sometimes when you
But,
see like the perfect like looking guitar, you're like, I literally do not give a fuck what it sounds like. I need this.
Yeah, I mean, but it plays really well for like a 6-string. The only thing I don't like about it is it's insanely heavy. Like, it's so heavy.
Really?
Cause yeah, I used to
Well, I guess
there's
the
a con in
Avengers are a little bit
California.
bigger, right?
Yeah, but for whatever reason, this specific one weighs a ton. But yeah, I used to play like every year I would go play at Anime Expo because they
Yeah.
had like a little acoustic karaoke thing. So you could just like sign up and you can just go play whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
So I would just go up on stage and play whatever. And then I would be like, man, this guitar is so fucking heavy at like 3 minutes into this song. I'm like, I can't do this. It's so heavy.
I like heavy guitars because like they feel like substantial. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bigger dude, so like I like when I feel like I'm not engulfing my guitar. You know, it's like a similar.
Yeah.
It's a similar situation to like Dan Donegan. You know, like he's a big ass dude, so he wants a big ass guitar. And that's what I liked about the SGs because like they're very wide, but they're still not Les Pauls. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but yeah, the
you can-
SGs
you
are
can
big
speak,
boys.
man. It's fine. Like,
Oh no, yeah, I didn't want to cut you off. I didn't want to cut you off. I don't want to be rude. I feel like I always cut off people like a lot, so I'm sorry if I do.
no, it's
ahead of
fine, man.
time.
Nothing I say is
Yeah.
that important. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but SG's definitely a big boy guitar.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's pretty big, but that's what gives it like that resonant tone.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know? That's what gives it its
fucking love
girth.
And like the thing that I like specifically about the Vipers is that they're thicker than a normal SG.
Yes.
So like they are edging ever so closely to being a Les Paul, but like they're still that SG shape, you know. So like, because like I've got plenty of Epiphone SGs. I say plenty, but I've got two, but that's still more than one, and that's a
that's
lot.
plenty. That's plenty.
So like I compared the girth of the fucking bodies, and like there's at least like the Viper is at least like 50% bigger, well, maybe like 30%. And I remember my my singer in my current band, he actually has like an authentic Gibson SG, and that thing is fucking so dinky. Like, oh my god, it's literally like maybe 70% the girth of my regular SGs. So that means
that's
like,
so crazy.
Yeah, like it's so thin. I'm like, ugh, I can't.
Yeah, because you would think like a guitar that's like, you know, obviously, especially by ESP, like you would think, oh, this guitar is gonna be metal, so they're gonna make it really thin.
Yeah,
it's gonna be more ergonomic. It's like no. If anything, too, they also started doing that with like the Les Paul shape, the Eclipse.
yeah.
They started making the full thickness ones because people asked like, I want it thicker.
Oh yeah,
I want more tone.
Like the thickness, like the resonance, you really can't understate that, you know. But like I love the thing that I liked about SGs the most is that they have more of a bite while still like having that low end.
Yeah.
So like with the Vipers, especially because it's a baritone, so you got extra wood basically all around. So it's thicker and it's longer for the ladies, and like
shut up.
I know. I noticed that. I noticed that like it, even when like for example when you put like 48s on a baritone guitar and tune it to E standard, right? Like it's gonna be very clear because it's fucking it's a long boy, right?
That's the best thing about baritones.
But it still has that really deep growl to it because it's so fucking it's so thick and beefy and shit. So like that's what I love about like my my Viper that I have in full step down with 10 to 56s.
Yeah.
So it's in drop C, D standard. Like it sounds fucking amazing. It's like it's just like kind of perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, because I mean the bass 6 guitar that I got, it's a 30-inch scale.
Yeah.
So I can't even tune. Like it came with I don't even know the gauge that it came with. I think it's like 10 to 74. I want to say.
Oh yeah.
I can't tune it any higher than like drop D, but an octave below.
Oh really?
It can't go any higher.
Because like
it's like too tight.
Because I was actually looking up a bass 6 because I wanted to, because obviously with the same kind of you know mentality that I had with my current baritones, I'm like, well, if I use a baritone guitar for a normal guitar tuning, what if I used a bass 6 guitar for a baritone tuning? So
yeah,
like
you definitely can.
So like I looked up the on my I use Stringjoy tension calculator all the time. Like I fucking love it. Numbers. So I looked it up and like, you know, my current strings, like 10 to 56s, like you can tune those to like drop A on a 30-inch scale, like pretty comfortably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
that,
like
but it also has like a, because of the longer scale, like I've noticed that whenever I play like, you know, just like a regular power chord, like I have I play it on like the 4th and the 5th string, so I'll play like a open like a A chord, right?
Yeah.
It sounds so much better than like on all of my guitars. I'm like, wow. And it's just because of the longer neck.
Yeah, the long neck is fucking insane. Like I had played 24.75 inches like for so long, and I was just getting so used to it. But now when I try one of those guitars, it feels like a toy. I'm like, this is so
Yeah.
small. Like,
Yeah. Because anytime I play one of my like regular standard sixes, whenever I play when I used to have an 8-string guitar, I'm like, damn, this thing is so easy to play on.
yeah, like especially when you got bigger hands, bigger fingers, you know, like it feels like you got so much more breathing room. Like hitting like the same fret on different strings using 2 different fingers is a lot easier when you got a big fucking fret gap, you know?
Yes.
So, and like, I expected it to be maybe a little bit harder to, like, you know, travel because, like, you know, it's going to be different. But really, it's like it's so crazy how easily you adapt to that. Because like the change is so subtle that it's like your body just kind of instantly adapts to it. You know?
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing too, because like, it's the same thing with the multi-skill. You know, like at first when you look at it, it's like, how can you get used to this? You just sit down, play for 5 minutes, and it's like, okay, that's good.
I got it.
You got it.
It's like your body just feels it.
The one thing though, like, so when I was playing the basics guitar, so I sat down, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely longer. I couldn't play without looking where I'm playing because I would be playing the wrong notes like all the time. I'm like, oh shit, I have to get used to this.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of weeks of like playing it consistently, and I kind of got it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because of that, like, yeah, whenever I play my regular standard scale, it's like, it feels so much better. Like, it's so easy.
What basics do you have?
So I have one from a brand called Sub-Zero.
Oh.
So it's called a Rogue 6. I'll put it in chat if it lets me.
That sounds like something I could definitely put my name on. Shit.
Yeah, it's really good. I think I also got I got that from overseas because it's also an overseas guitar brand for some reason.
Like Indonesia or something like that.
I'm not sure which country it was made in. Hold on, I have the website here. But it comes in 2 colors. So you got your tobacco burst, and then I got the white one. So it's like a white
one, huh?
guitar with a black pickguard. It's pretty sick.
That's like my first.
Let me put
guitar.
it.
My Epiphone SG. It's my very first guitar. I named her Ray. White with a black pickguard, rosewood fretboard. I still have her to this day, but she currently is stripped. Doesn't have any tuners in her or anything. Like,
no!
No pickups.
All right, let me see if it posts in chat.
Oh yeah, it might not let you.
Yeah.
Post it in Discord.
Yeah, let me post it on I'll post it in the Discord server.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll work on there. Let me see. I don't know why. Yeah, okay, it works in the Discord server.
Okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, so now it actually doesn't have that long of a pre-order. Because when I ordered mine earlier in the year, it did take 2 months to get to me because there was no stock.
God, the tobacco burst looks good too. I'm not normally a big fan of tobacco burst, but it almost looks like with the pickguard that it's got, it looks like a Fender like Jazzmaster type deal.
It does, yeah. Oh man, this guitar has been great. It has a lot of quality issues. Like mine, on the pickguard, it had like one screw that was like broken.
Okay.
The neck like pocket doesn't look that great, but it plays all right. The tuners are like really shitty, but they also hold the tuning really well. I don't know how that's even possible. Like,
well,
because they're just
regular
a lot.
6-in lines, so you could easily just replace those too.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get locking tuners on them eventually.
Only $300. God damn.
It's insane. I was like, what the fuck? I'm buying this because eventually I do. Yeah, I eventually do want to get like a custom shop, either a 28-inch or a 30-inch guitar. And I was like, you know what? This is a great way to see if I like it or not.
Right.
And that kind of convinced me, like, this guitar is sick.
And you know, I'm
probably gonna end up getting
normally don't like maple fretboards, but I feel like the black block inlays like kind of makes it look really good to me.
It does, right?
Because normally when I see maple fretboards with just the black dots, I'm like, okay, that looks like, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's nice. And then if I really want rosewood, I could just get the tobacco burst one. And those look like what? Perloid? Perloid? I don't know how to pronounce that.
It's like what do they call it? Like tortoiseshell. Oh no! Oh, you're talking about the fret markers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are perloid. It might be like no, I don't think they're like actually like pearl or
Yeah. Of course not.
abalone or anything. Yeah, they're probably paraloid.
But goddamn, 300.
Yeah. Right. It's like it's stupid how like good of a guitar it is too
Yeah.
for that money. I was taken aback. At first I thought I wasn't gonna like the stock pickups because you know a lot of these shitty guitars have really bad pickups. They were not bad. They're actually pretty good. They take a lot of messing with, but eventually I was able to get a pretty nice like throaty tone to it.
And I mean, honestly, it's not even a big deal. Like if you've got pickups lying around, just fucking throw them in there. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm probably gonna eventually change them out for something that's meant for like really low tunings.
Yeah.
Just to make, because that's the hardest thing about when it comes to like recording and mixing guitar when it's like really low tunings. You want as much clarity as possible.
Right.
So
When
these aren't too bad.
When you were doing my mix, and like,
Yes.
it's funny. We probably should have talked about this a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But yeah,
yeah. Because how long ago was that?
Right. This is the guy that mixed the "Burn with Me," the intro song you guys have been hearing for fucking months now. When you were doing my mix, like what was that like? Like
well, it's like a lot. I mean, metal is in my element, right? That's like mixing metal is like my go-to. Like, I crack my knuckles. I'm like, all right, let's get to fucking work, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I started seriously mixing probably about 9 or 10 months ago.
Really?
Yeah, because I only started like last January. I mean, I used to mix guitar, but like mixing guitar is a little different when you instead of mixing the entire thing, right?
Yeah. When you're mixing for just guitar, you know, like obviously, oh fuck,
snake.
Right. Obviously, like you're not thinking about everything, but when you're mixing for everything, you got to make sure it's all audible, it all has its space, and yeah.
Yeah, but because of that though, because I've been mixing my own guitar for like a long time for my covers, like guitar wasn't that big of a deal, so like I usually know how to like address like common problems like muddiness or like too much bite or treble.
Right.
Because that tends to be the biggest issues with a lot of guitar tones before you start mixing them is like there's either too much mud or there's too much bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you gotta like, yeah, those usually when you control those two things, like it doesn't matter like how shitty the tone might sound, but like usually it fits really well in the mix.
Oh right. And that's like like I was talking about earlier. No matter how shitty a guitar tone sounds, it still sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, because it's all about context. Because sometimes when you're recording guitar, like let's say you're not tracking anything else, you do the guitar first. It might sound great by itself, but then you throw it in a mix and it sounds like shit.
Absolutely. Like the biggest come to Jesus moment that I ever had when it came to recording was just hearing, because like I had been like recording off of simple stupid shit ever since I was like 16 and stuff, like taking a rock band microphone and like pointing.
Yeah, I did that too.
So like the first time, even when I was like the studio that we're currently in, which is my drummer's dad's little home studio, like we had recorded in there a bunch of times. It still was like it was way better obviously than the rock band mic, but it still didn't sound the way that I was hoping, right? But the day, I'll never forget the day that I hard panned and double tracked my rhythm for the first time and I heard it back, I was like
yes.
Oh, that's it. That's the thing.
Yeah, because like you can even make like a really thin sounding guitar tone, but when you spread it left and right, it just sounds so good.
Oh, it's incredible. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, because I still remember the day I figured that out too. I was like, damn, what have I been doing this whole time?
The cord from the headphone plug of the amp to the PC's mic. Oh wow.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot too. That's why a lot of like amps now have like they have like a little output for that kind of thing now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a simulated cab, quote unquote. Usually the simulated cab is awful.
Oh yeah. I like in my GT 1000, I have the simulated cab from ML Sound Labs.
Yeah, ML is the one to go. That's my favorite too.
I use a Recto 4x12.
Yeah, the Recto oversized one is like, oh, it's my favorite. That's like my go-to one for sure.
Yep. definitely. So like I have that just in my GT 1000. So like it's great because you can separate different outputs. So
Yeah.
when I'm in the studio, obviously I have my cab with my orange pedal baby power amp. So the power amp will be receiving like basically a dry tone, you know, no cab sim whatsoever, because obviously it's going to be coming out of a real cab, or as real as a fucking $100 Marshall is.
Yeah.
And then the thing that's going into the actual like studio speakers and recording and whatever is coming from the cab sim that's inside the GT 1000. So it's like it makes it super easy. So like this thing, like as long as it survives, no matter how many times I decide to replace my amp, like, you know, I will still have a use for this. Like it's a great master system to have.
I mean, yeah, because my so before I moved, I lived with two roommates who were really good friends of mine from high school.
Yeah,
they were like in a band, so they used to tour and stuff. They were a married couple, so the wife, she had like a Boss GT 1000, but like from way back in the day.
Oh wow!
And she, just because she loved the effects on it. And she's like, yeah, it might sound like shit, but like I really love these effects.
So the older models would be like what, with like a GT 100 or something, like
GT 100 or GT 10. I can't remember, something like that. But yeah, it's ancient.
Because like you could still get those, except like they're newer and much lower quality.
Yeah, it's like the Line 6. You remember the fucking bean pods?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pod X. What is it? The Pod XT, the Pod 2.0. Yeah, those.
Fucking ridiculous. Yeah.
God. Yeah, but they sound horrible. But they're still like they're like collector items now.
Oh yeah.
I kind of wish I still had mine.
Fucking. I really want to try a Marshall DSL 100 because like it's a tube amp that's not over $2,000.
Yeah, I think even the they made like a smaller version of the DSL. Like, I think it came out recently.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's
DSL
a 25
or something.
Yeah, I mean those micro amps are amazing nowadays. They have like so many good features.
Oh yeah, especially if you like, for example, a lot of times those low wattage amps, like lunchbox amps made for like one kind of sound, usually won't do clean very well.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially if like you're putting high gain pickups into them, you know, because like you're doing metal, but if you still want your sparkly like no breakup cleans, like it's kind of hard. But like that's when having like, if you already have a GT 1000 or a Line 6 Helix, like you can still have your clean sound coming from that, and then when you switch to your distorted sound, it switches to the actual preamp of your amp. You know, it's like fucking crazy how insane technology has made like
yeah, because even too, like if you get like into the even higher end stuff like the XFX3, holy fuck. Yeah, because I have I have the floor model of that, like it's kind of like the baby brother of it.
Really?
It's the FM3, so it's like a floor unit.
Yeah.
But it has a lot of the same processing unit or processing as the XFX3. Because the XFX3 is like $2,500 or something. It's insanely stupid, but this thing sounds just like it. It doesn't have the same amount of like processing power,
right?
Because it does like run out of like PC or like what is it, CPU power, I guess you could say. Because it only lets you load so many things onto it. But for my use, it works great and it sounds really good.
Sweet.
Yeah, and like that's actually what I record everything on now. Like,
oh yeah,
because before this, I was using only plugins for the longest time. Like, literally like 10 years, different plugins.
I never, I never trusted like my PC's power enough to be able to like use.
Yeah, because if you're only doing guitar, it's not bad. But if you start doing other stuff, it's like, it struggles.
Right.
But I was using Neural DSP for like a couple years.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like one of the best sounding plugins out there. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, I know. Nick Nocturnal.
Mm-hmm.
He uses plugins for all of his stuff, and his stuff sounds incredible.
Yeah, it does. It's just like it's so amazing how far things have gone, like in terms of like plugins, especially for guitar, because guitar plugins are notorious for not sounding like very real.
Yeah.
Or they sound like shit. But Neural DSP like just came out of fucking nowhere, and they're like, "Oh, check our shit out."
Right.
It sounds so good.
And like,
because I still use it for reamping and stuff too.
Oh yeah. And like, it's such a good time to be like a guitarist. You know, just the amount of options you have, like the fact that cheap guitars are good now. You know.
Yeah,
like,
that's actually what I was thinking about earlier. Not today, but yesterday. Because like when we were younger, like you just kind of played guitar, you kind of played with friends, or you played in your bedroom. You didn't really care about recording or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, there's so much out there. Like it gives great access for people to just record and like make music at home.
Yeah.
So like the bedroom studio is like a reality now. Like anyone can have
like
one.
You can get your own fucking drum, like what is it, program or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah, and
that's what I use for everything.
And you use that to like what, complement the drums for Burn With Me, I think.
Oh no. So for Burn With Me, I replaced the snare and the kicks. Okay. So I use something called Trigger 2 by Slate Audio.
Uh-huh.
So Slate Audio's trigger is like it's essentially what it sounds like. I think that's what a lot of bands do live when they trigger their drums.
Yeah.
But essentially, it just like you have to like shape either like when you send me your files, I think everything was separated for the drums, so it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
So like you just put it on whatever channel. So let's say we're gonna replace the bass drum. So every time the audio picks up a certain like volume, it'll register as a bass kick. Yeah. So it'll replace that with the bass kick sample that you make.
So it completely replaced it, or did it like blend it?
Yeah. So you can I blended it because I really like the original bass kick, but I felt like this kind of needs like almost like a fart rock, like butt rock kind of like kick to it. Like you know what I'm talking about, right?
you already know my style before you even knew my style.
It just had that kind of vibe. I was like, this needs like a really fat, like low end, like kick to it.
It's like he plays metal, but there's obviously some butt rock influence in here.
Yes, yeah. So that's kind of what I try to like go with. The snare, same thing. Like I feel like the snare needed more snap to it.
Yeah.
So I just kind of layered a bunch of samples with that too. Because when you buy Trigger 2, it does give you like a library of like different samples that you can blend. Mm-hmm. So like different snare drums and that kind of stuff. But you can like mix the levels. You can mix the amount of quote unquote effects or reverb. And then also the original sample, so you can kind of all toss that in there.
Yeah.
It's a really powerful thing. Like this thing has come in handy quite a bit.
Like it seems like, because like my drummer, he's great, but he's also very like stubborn, right? He refuses to like put any kind of dampener inside of his bass drum.
Yeah.
Absolutely refuses. He's like, no, I will not. I'm like, but it sounds like a basketball. And he's like, well, we can fix that in editing. I'm like,
yeah, you can fix it in post. But honestly, like I try to when I record my own stuff, it's kind of the same thing with photography. You try to get it right on the raw before you go in and edit something, because when you go to edit, like it's way easier.
Yeah, because like I mean, if something sounds good before it even goes in, then like it's just going to sound better once you start fucking with it, right? Like,
I mean, it's the same thing with vocals.
Yeah,
you know?
It's easier to make something sound good sound better than it is make something sound bad sound good.
Yeah, you can only polish a turd so much.
Exactly. Making
it's still gonna be a turd.
Making chicken salad out of chicken shit, as Stone Cold says.
Fucking Stone Cold, yes.
Stone Cold. But yeah, like
God.
I remember because like the whole reason I went to you for mixing, because like my drummer, he wants to do mixing.
Yes.
But he would not. Like literally that song was supposed to be ready for my debut.
Oh
And,
no.
Yeah. Like
Hold on,
had,
let me see when you sent that to me. I'm like curious now. I need to see.
So yeah, like it was
Alright,
like
let's see.
2 months before my debut. I was like, oh man, we should have this. That way I could play it during my debut and shit. And he wanted to do it, but he just couldn't bring himself to. And it's like, it's not like I could complain because he was doing it for free, right? So it's like, I'm like, well, you know what? Eventually I got tired of it. I'm like, I want to see what this sounds like when, you know, give back to the VTuber community a little bit. Let's fucking get one of my buds to do it.
Yeah, that was way back in July.
July.
Damn, that's such a long time ago. Holy shit.
Isn't it crazy? It's October.
Yeah.
It's
I don't like to
November.
think about
Holy
that.
shit, October's already done. Fuck.
Yeah. I like how I didn't even question that you said it's October.
Yeah, I know, exactly. You're like, yeah, it's October. I mean, you know, you're black and orange, I'm black and red, whatever. It's October. What is time?
Yeah, what is time? God, especially too once winter kicks in, it's just like it's all
Oh
like
my god.
I
Winter
don't
feels
wanna
like
think
it
about it.
takes a year by itself.
yeah.
Miserable. Please don't remind me that time is speeding up. Oh yeah, you're right. You're 19, so you're right there, starting to experience it for the first time. Believe me, it gets
The time
faster.
warp.
It gets faster. I
Yeah,
I
he's
am
20 now.
I am 33. Yeah, you're 20 now. Well, to me, tomorrow you're going to be 23. That'll just give you an idea of how fast time goes by for this
Yeah,
old
he's gonna
fucker, right?
He's gonna be 23. You're gonna be 65.
Exactly. soon Toshi will blink and years go by. Exactly. Like, fucking
God.
2016 felt like it was yesterday to me. Like, I'm like, that's not that long ago, right? But then I look up fucking videos that were new on YouTube back then, and then I see
my
how many
God.
years pass. I'm like, no.
Yeah, or even worse, when you look up like classic videos that never got taken down, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, this was uploaded
Yeah.
like 12 years ago. It's like, oh my God.
You know, it's really fucked up. Like, the first arc of Dragon Ball Z Abridged is almost old enough to be victimized by fucking R. Kelly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
I was actually looking at this fucking I'm not sure if you're familiar with the band Cannibal Corpse, right?
Oh, of course. It's the
Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse is the band that I refer to when I want to refer to things that get out of hand.
Yeah, that's them for sure. But yeah, they released like someone released like a really old video of like, I guess it must have been like a DVD rip or something.
Yeah.
Of them in the studio playing a song called "Frantic Disembowelment," but it's instrumental, right? So like
Yeah.
the singer's not singing in it. And I was like, man, this song is so good. Like I just kind of randomly remembered it today, and
Right.
I looked it up, and it's 16 years old on YouTube.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? I remember when I was jamming out to this like during college. Like,
Right,
what
it's
the
like,
fuck?
and then you think about it, like YouTube is 16 years old. Like that feels crazy too. Like, oh,
Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you remember. Like, so YouTube when it started out, like they had custom icons, right? So you can have an avatar. And then they got rid of it for like such a long time, and then they just brought it back, and then people were like, wow, this is a really cool new feature. I was like, no, they took this away.
right.
They're just giving it back. Because you used to be able to have like custom wallpapers on your YouTube page. You could have custom layouts and stuff.
Yeah,
It was pretty
yeah,
awesome.
that shit was awesome. But
And
nope,
they just got rid of it.
got rid of it.
Yeah, because if you wanted to like upgrade your account to like I think it's when Google Plus was like rolling out.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They were like, yeah, you have to get rid of your background or you can't use Google Plus. I'm like, fine.
And you can't comment if you don't use Google Plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
the
I was like,
Google
oh
Plus
no.
arc. Oh.
Yeah, it like oh yeah, interesting arc is fucking Google Plus like died, right? But
Yeah.
like at some point, fucking
Google minus,
Ola
yo.
England. Ola England followed me on Google Plus. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh no shit, really?
Yeah, I think he followed his like top 100 most active people on YouTube, like
Oh, wow.
basically whoever uploaded videos and stuff. And I was like, in the top 100, I was like, damn, okay.
Based.
I was like, yeah, that's an accomplishment.
Absolutely based.
That's what I used to shit out videos all the time.
Yeah, like
That was such a long time
my
ago.
biggest VTuber accomplishment happened before I even debuted so far. Like my second follower ever was Jay.
Oh yeah, Jay. Oh man, he's so funny. I love him.
I love Jay, dude. Fucking
Yeah,
I
Jay
was
is like. Yeah, go ahead.
I was super disappointed to find out he was young. Cuz like
You're not old. What the fuck?
yeah, well he's got like the demeanor of a haggard man, you know, like
He
I thought
does,
for
he
sure
does.
he was one of us.
Yeah, every time he goes on a rant, it's like, yeah, he kind of rants like someone our age.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's definitely cut from that cloth. Imagine what he's gonna be like when he's in his 30s.
Oh,
I can't
God.
wait.
He's gonna be
He-
like, yeah.
His YouTube channel is gonna be a rant channel.
Let me tell you about 3D trees.
Let me tell you about my 3D tree era that I tried back in the far off year of 2022. And I got into the 3D tree community.
Yeah, Jay's really, really great. That guy is like, he's introduced me to like a lot of really cool people too, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's so amazing.
Well, I found you
And, like,
through him.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I was
'cause,
like trying to remember. I was like, how the fuck did we meet?
Yeah, like because you would appear in his mentions. Yeah, his mentions all the time.
Yeah.
And like I was following him, so I saw you, and I was like, all right, yeah, cool, fucking SugarSkull, all right, you know, like metal and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, because I met him through Sephi. So Sephi introduced me to him because that's
so
when
you
we
knew
were
Zephy
starting to work
first?
on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I knew Sephi from a while back. She's actually known my my fiance for like way longer than people have been VTubers. Like they
Oh, no
they
shit.
go back a long time.
All the way back to the to Utaite
Utaite.
days.
Yeah, they used to do chorus battles together all the time. So that's actually how we knew each other. Cause she's like, yeah, Sugar, he likes metal. You like metal. You should talk to him. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah. So wait, so she
Yeah.
introduced you to your fiance?
Oh no,
No.
the other way around. Fiance
Oh.
introduced her to me.
Oh okay.
Yeah, we really
that's
hit
still
it
fucking Cool though.
Yeah. So we hit it off like big time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we started working on the Christmas thing, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I have these people who can like do vocals too," and then that's how I met Jay. And she's like, "Oh yeah, he's like a really good mixer. He'll mix all the vocals." Like, okay, yeah, I'll let him do that.
Stan first heard of you from Mochi
Yeah,
Ghost, Fly Me
Mochi.
to the Moon.
Yeah, Mochi Ghost is my fiance. Yeah.
Oh no shit. Aw.
Yeah, that's why I'm always like, yeah, I always post stupid shit about her.
I don't even
it's
know
just
who
funny.
that is, but like just hearing that makes me go, aw.
Yeah, you should listen to her "Fly Me to the Moon" cover. It's something special.
I probably should. I always like supporting the homies of the homies and the fiancés of the homies.
Yeah, she's really cool. I met her at the very first Vocaloid concert in the U.S.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so we instantly hit it off because of Hatsune Miku. So thank you, Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, fucking God, it's so great that things that like could that would normally get you labeled as like an incel virgin, like just fucking brings people together and like
Yeah.
starts relationships from it.
Yeah, and
That's
then
great.
like we've been going out for like 10 years almost.
Wow.
Next week is literally. Oh no, sorry. 2 weeks from now it's gonna be 10 years.
Don't forget that anniversary.
Yeah, no, I'm already like, I'm the one that remembers. She forgets all
Oh,
the
really?
time. Yeah. It's
Like-
really funny.
The only thing I know about relationships are through sitcoms. So.
Yeah, it's kind of like role reversal a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
the one that cooks.
Oh, that's cool though, man. Like role reversal is
Yeah.
always fun. It's a fun dynamic when you like see that.
Yeah, I'm like her handler, I guess you could say. Because she's a real gremlin. Like,
Oh yeah,
she is. Yeah, she's a gremlin.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Fucking-
but she is an amazing singer. Like, I'll shoot you like a link to her YouTube channel later.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She has a lot of really good covers.
That's awesome. Like I remember the first time I heard Amna, because like she approached me, like she actually
Oh
DM'd
my
me.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She DM'd
she's
me.
Fucking oh.
And she was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like she was like talking to me like I was some kind of big deal or something. And then she was like, "Yeah, so this is one of my covers." Like after a fucking 30-minute long conversation, she's like, "This is one of my covers." And I click on it, I'm like, I just start groveling at the woman's feet. I'm like, "How does someone like you exist?"
Yeah, her singing is like it's fucking good. It's so good.
It's unreal. Like I couldn't believe it. That's why when she complimented my karaoke night, like I was like giddy like a little schoolgirl. I was like, "Oh my god."
That's like the score of the century. It's
I
like,
know,
yes,
right?
Thank you.
It's like, "Thank you so much, Goddess Amna." Yeah, she's so fucking great. And I think because she approached me first, but I'm pretty sure it was Jay was the reason she found me. So like it's like the same kind of thing. Like Jay just kind of brings everyone together, man.
Yeah, he's the ultimate bridge.
Yeah, he's the he is the V bridger. He is for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I met her through you though.
Really?
I think. Yeah, because I think I had seen you like post something about her, and I checked out her music. I was like, "Damn, this shit goes hard."
I mean, because I'm a giant simp for anyone that I think is like cool. Like anybody that I like, obviously, like I love all the homies, like because they're my homies and I love them regardless, and I will be able to find anything that I like about them, right? But whenever I find somebody that I recognize as truly fucking great, somebody that is like, that's got like talent that I can't touch, right? Like whether it be like singing talent or just general entertaining talent, like being a streamer and stuff, I'm just immediately like the biggest fucking cheerleader for that person. I'm like, yes, fucking all caps, check this person out. How is it they have less followers than me? I'm a fucking nobody. Look at this person.
No, I mean that's actually really good though, because like I'm the same way too. Like anyone that's like really talented, or I just like, you know, like I really enjoy their content that they make, whether it's singing or whatever it is. Like I will like support it to the ends of the earth, because I just want more people to enjoy them.
Yeah, and like I feel like they should be living off of this, you know, like I feel like if somebody's a truly like special talent, they deserve to fucking be somebody in this field. Like
yes.
Especially if they're humble too, and most people are.
Yeah, and I think that's like the most like that's the thing that like draws me in the most is like how humble they are. It's like, man, you are amazing, and they're like, no, you know, it's like shut up, you are amazing.
It's like shut up and let me praise you.
Yes.
Yeah, like like
yeah, like you can tell too, like just from someone's like work ethic too, like, you know, people who work really hard to get where they are. It's like, that's the kind of person I want to like get pushed to the top.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I do my best to be consistent, but like, you know, in doing my best to be consistent, I still haven't recorded vocals for Burn With Me. So like I can't even, like, you know, there's an obvious thing where it's like yeah, I know I work hard in some aspects, but like whenever I have a day off, I'll be at work all day and I'll be like, oh man, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna fucking tackle Burn With Me, we're gonna do it, we're gonna fucking do it. And then I get home and I'm just like, all right, I'm sitting down and this is all I'm doing today.
Yeah, I mean that's honestly me too.
Yeah.
Mostly too because like my line of work, like without giving out too much details, like I work in the medical field, so
oh no shit,
that itself is like really draining.
Oh,
like,
I believe
it's not physically difficult or anything. It's just like it's mentally draining. It's not like that it's difficult all the time. It's just like when you have to deal with patients, it's that itself is pretty draining.
Absolutely.
But I mean, I love my job, so that's okay.
I imagine it pays really nice too if it's in the medical field.
It can, but you know, I don't really make as much as I should. But don't worry, I'm working on that.
That's true for a lot of fields. Like even the lower paying fields, I feel like we're not making as much as like we should be.
Yes.
Like you know, for for like the people who have been in the fields, right? Because like I'm just a regular old fucking food service worker, right? Nothing fancy. It's more fancier than McDonald's, but really not by much. So like I've been with this company for 6 years now, and you know, they're currently hiring in people below my level at a higher pay rate than me. So it's you know, because it's so fucking hard to find like workers now that it's like they're just like doing everything they can, but in doing that, they're neglecting the people they already have, and like it's awful, right?
Yeah, that's actually a really big problem.
Yeah, I imagine it's the same in like every field, not just mine, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's a big widespread problem right now with the like in America especially. Like, it's because, you know, like these like some companies are like, yeah, they'll take care of their employees. Like, hey, we're gonna hire people at this rate, but because of that, we're gonna supplement your guys' rate. Like, great, if you work for that kind of job, you're good. Yeah. But a lot of jobs don't do that. Because a lot of them are like, you know, they say, oh, you can't talk about your wages, this and that, because they don't want people to find out that, you know, this new person makes more than you do. Yep.
It fucking sucks, but that's the fucking reality of it. And
meanwhile, I mean, like with
you get assholes like me that stay, even though they know that, just because like I'm either too stuck in my ways, or I'm too comfortable at the job, or like, you know, I don't like change. You know, like
no, yeah, that's like a legit thing.
Yeah,
like, a lot of people stay at their jobs because like familiarity without, like, you know, going to a new job is always fucking terrifying.
Exactly. You never know what you could be into. Like, you could get paid better, but it could end up being like far worse of a situation.
Yes. Like, if you're like pretty comfy in your job and like you can get by at least, I think that's pretty good. I mean,
jobs are super stressful. Absolutely. It takes like a month to like really settle in, and even then, like, not even, you know.
Yeah, because like in my field, I've been doing it. Well, I'm not at the same job where I work right now, but like just in the same field. Like, I've been doing it for like 11 years.
Oh wow.
It's a long time. But, you know, like, even when I started a new practice, I'm like, oh shit, I have to learn all these things. Like, every office does something different, you know. So it's like you work with different people, and then, like, you know, things that might have been, they work one way at one place doesn't necessarily apply to every other place.
Even when you're
and that kind of gets to you.
Even when you're doing the same job with the same company, if you transfer to a different location, like it's unreal. Just how simple.
Yeah, and then even sometimes, even if you're doing the same shit, it's like if you're working with people that you don't like, that alone just makes it worse.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, and bad managers can be fucking the worst.
Oh, yeah. I almost, like, where I currently work, I was getting really close to quitting.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic happened.
Uh-huh.
So, but we were still working. You know, like, a lot of medical places still stayed open during the pandemic.
Of course,
so I kind of have that as an experience under my belt. Like, I worked through the whole pandemic.
There you go. I did too, but like, I don't know, like, at the beginning, because my job is like, I prep, right? So during the pandemic, we were getting less business, so like my hours weren't set in stone like the other guys that had to be there, like, who were regular shift workers. Like, I would come in, I had a list that I had to get done, and then when I was done, I could leave, which is amazing. But during the pandemic, there were days that I would come in and work for 2 hours. Because, like, no matter how many fucking bathroom breaks I took to like, pad out, like, my shift, right? Like, like, I still, like, it's hard for me to work slow, because that's just how I am. So, like, I would plow through my entire list, which got increasingly smaller because we weren't selling anything. So, like, that, it really affected, like, my income at first.
Yes. Yeah, I had the same problem too. Because it's like, I didn't get fired, so like, I kind of wish I had been fired so I could have got like the,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
the bonuses. But
Oh, absolutely.
you know, at the same time too, like you know, like I'm kind of glad I didn't get fired because I know some people had like a insanely hard time getting like work after.
Oh yeah, and then like
Um,
there was the fact that some people, like a lot of people, had trouble even getting their first unemployment check.
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
it was such a big problem in my state. Like
Yeah.
people would call like literally days at a time because they couldn't get through, and it's like,
Yeah.
imagine you have to pay rent and like you can't
Yeah.
even get unemployment. It's like fuck.
So
That
like
sucks.
for me, like I was getting paid less because I was getting less hours because I didn't have work to do. But at the same
Mhm.
time, like I was like, all right, well, I will use a couple vacation days in order to supplement my my pay for this week and stuff. So like I was still
Mhm.
able to get by, and it was fine. Like I would much rather have that than be like wondering where my next bit of income was going to be or like how long it was going to take
Yeah.
for approval
yeah.
or whatever. Like yeah, I was way not into that, like frustrating and shit.
Yeah, I used to be like for the longest time I was working 2 jobs, so I would work like, you know, full-time job and then like a part-time job.
Oh man.
So like when I still lived in California, like during that time I was working like 65 hours a week
Wow.
about. Yeah, so I would work full-time job at like my, you know, medical job, and then I would go work at a hot pot place, so like a
Yeah.
Japanese hot pot
And
place.
you would like have to because California, the prices there are
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty bad. Like every time I would have an emergency come up, it's like I can't save money. This fucking
Right.
sucks. I hate this. Yeah, I would be broke pretty often. So I started supplementing that. Like I had way less free time, and that's actually what cut into my YouTube
Yeah.
like big time. Because you can kind of tell like all of a sudden there's just like a big cutoff of my videos.
Yeah.
Like I just stopped producing videos because I had no time.
right.
But because of that, I was able to live more comfortably
Yeah.
because I was working 2 jobs. But then, you know, people would ask me, "Oh, how can you work 2 jobs? Like, aren't you tired all the time?" I was like, "Nah, I'm a workaholic." Then, I moved out of California to where I live now,
Yeah.
and then I was working 2 jobs here, and it was fine. But then, the pandemic hit, and like, out of nowhere, I went from working like 70 hours a week to like 0.
Ugh.
And I was like, yeah, this is weird. I don't know what to do with myself. And like, cause at that time I wasn't really doing much except like maybe playing guitar here and there.
Yeah.
But then yeah, I started playing video games that I've been missing out on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, you know what, this is kind of cool. And then like, you know, I only had 1 week off from my medical job because they were trying to figure out what was gonna happen.
Right.
And then they were like, okay, you know what, we're gonna reopen again, but you only have to work 2 days a week. And I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like rough at first, but then like I really learned to enjoy my free time.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So even nowadays, like if I'm just like in bed laying, I'm just like reading, like
Mhm.
I'm like, yes, I feel this is great. I'm
This is the
relaxing right
best.
now.
Like honestly.
Yeah, whereas before,
one of
oh,
my
like, I just felt like. Yeah,
one
go
of,
ahead.
one of my favorite things when I get home from work is like the hour that it takes me to do anything after I get home. You know, like I will just sit there after taking off my work clothes and just
Ooh.
stare at, like, you know, I will have already turned on like you know, my PC and everything like that, but I will just stare at my desktop for a solid like 30 minutes and not do anything, and I'll just be sitting there
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is bliss.
Yeah, sometimes like I would do that too. Like I would get home from work and I just sit in my car listening to music. I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
It's like, what else do I need? Like,
Yeah.
maybe a
I mean, I
burrito
really
every
learned
once in a
to
while, like, why not?
appreciate. Yeah, I really learned to appreciate my free time. So
Yeah, absolutely.
even now, like I always try to like, I'm still trying to break the habit because you know, I grew up in a family where my dad was like working. You know, he works really hard.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you know, it was always drilled into me like, oh yeah, you got to be working all the time. You got to work hard. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, a lot of like just culturally, a lot of Mexican people think that way.
Oh yeah, yeah. For sure.
But
Any Mexican that I've ever worked with was like unreal. I was like, how are you doing this? Like, take a break. They're like, no.
Yeah, like, yeah, but like, you know, also culturally,
Yeah.
Mexican people really enjoy their free time.
Yeah.
But I didn't really do that, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
I didn't really do a lot of that. And but like now, like I like to like sometimes just like not be doing anything, and like, but I try to tell myself, this isn't wasting time. You're relaxing, you're
Yep.
recharging, you know, this is you just resting right now.
Yep.
You don't have to be doing something all the time.
Absolutely. Every single thing that you do is important to you. Like,
Yes.
you know, there's no such thing as like you said, wasting time. Like, you know, it may feel like it because you're not doing anything, but you are doing something. You are fucking,
Yeah.
you are enjoying
Yeah.
yourself.
Cause I mean, sometimes you do have to do that, because otherwise you start to like suffer in other areas. Like
yeah.
maybe you're tired all the time, or when you're at work, you're just like really drained and you don't got the energy to like, you know, go make it through the day. So
Like it's actually kind of gotten like that for me a little bit since I started VTubing, because like obviously when I stream on 3 days that I also work. So like Monday I'll have like a short 2-hour stream, Wednesday a short 2-hour stream, and then Thursday is the start of my weekend. So I'll work, come home, and try to have like a 4 or something plus hour stream, right? So it's like, you know, and like I enjoy streaming. It's like really, it's fulfilling to me, even at the level that I'm at right now. But like, whenever I go to work, I'm just like, I really don't want to be here. Like, like this is awful. Like I want to go home and like become an entrepreneur, like the way that I, you know. So it's it's like almost burnout, but I don't know. Like I don't want to stop doing it.
No, I totally understand, because when I started kind of like streaming like a couple months ago, I did start streaming like 3 times a week, but eventually I started getting really busy at work because I got put in charge of like some more stuff. And because of that, like I would get home, I'm like, I can't do this. So I went down to 2 times a week. And then even then, I have even more stuff added on. I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know if I can even do this, because I couldn't do it reliably.
Yeah,
I
make
like
sure,
now I just stream Sunday mornings.
I make sure to stream 4 times a week, and sometimes also on Saturdays. And on Saturdays I have band practice, so that's why like Saturdays are always a guerrilla stream, because I don't know when I get back home. So like, so 5 days that I stream, only one of those days is a day where I don't do anything. And while I'm waiting to stream on Friday, because that's the day that I don't do anything, like honestly, I'll wake up and I'll wake up at like 1 p.m. right? I'll sleep in because I can. And I'll also because I'm exhausted, and I'll be waiting to stream at 6. But then by the time like 3 rolls around, I want to go back to bed. I'm like, man, I'm fucking tired again. I haven't even done anything yet. I'm just waiting. It gets rough, but it's like, if I want to make this work, like I gotta find a way to do it, you know?
Because consistency is like really big for sure.
Because
when I was more consistently with streaming, like my growth was pretty steady, but like now I'm just doing like, I mean, I'm consistent still, but I only do once a week. So my growth is like, it's pretty slow, but it's okay. Like, you know, because my big thing has always been music. So music is the much bigger focus for me right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think when I have more free time, I think I'll go back to like trying to focus on streaming again. But the way I think of it is like, you know, people always tune in on Sunday mornings. I have my little crowd.
Yeah, and that's great. Like that's fucking fantastic to know that like you will have these people show up. And like I'm lucky enough to have people that'll show up like every day I stream, but that's like a rare thing, you know, like for people to have that. Like, if it wasn't for my regulars, I would have fucking nothing. You know, I would have nothing. Like my regulars are 100% the thing that's fucking keeping my numbers from looking like fucking Bush League. You know what I mean? Like, And like I appreciate them dearly. Even the ones that just here to lurk and don't say anything in chat, like fucking You don't gotta say anything,
Oh.
man. As long as you're here, I love you.
Yeah, the lurk is just as good.
Yeah, absolutely. Fucking. With that being said, though, we're like 12 minutes over. We were
Yeah, I just
caught in the
noticed.
middle of a nice conversation there. That's always good when that happens.
Yeah. I totally lost track of time. Like, I just happened to glance at it. I'm like, 9 o'clock? Okay, that's fine.
But yeah. So yeah, I'm going to call this one and probably go and eat some fucking mini burritos because I've been having my mind on those for at least 5
Órale.
minutes when I mentioned burritos. You know it, you remembered.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. Like, anytime I think about like tacos or like just Mexican food in general, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I want so and so.
You gotta love it. All right, so once again, this was SugarSkull. The links to his Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube are all in the description. Check him out. He's great. His model's adorable. It's his adorable grill model. And I appreciate you guys for fucking joining us and everything. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.
All right, see you guys. Thank you for having me.